Do we do roll call for special meetings? We do, right?
Think so?
I think so.
Sounds familiar.
All right. Recording secretary. Can you
I'm
take roll?
sorry, what's the question?
Can you take roll call, please?
Oh, yeah, we do that for special meetings. Okay. Steve Stowe, president.
Here.
Dina Gergis, first vice president.
Here.
It looks like Robert Aguilar, second vice president, is not here. Alice Licato, recording secretary, here. Who else is on our board here? Oh, Inga Smolyar, treasurer, and Brooklyn Borough president appointee is not here. Okay, and then we're going to move on to council members. We have Alan Aha, who is excused. He had a surgery today. Who's next? Sorry, I'm not looking at my usual. Yifang Chen.
Here.
Hello. Mauricia Cadillo. I don't see her. We have Vito Labella.
Yes, hello.
Hello. Adele Doyle.
Yes.
And Simeon Stoltzberg, the other Brooklyn Borough president appointee.
Here.
So we are missing Alan, Robert, Inga, and Mauricia. Do you agree, Natalia?
Yes.
Great. Welcome, everyone.
Yes, welcome. The purpose of this meeting today is just to make a budget transfer. And the background on this is that we are planning a parent survey. The idea is to potentially spend some budget money for the first time on hiring an outside vendor to provide professional survey services. It's obviously a huge time save for all of us on the CEC. There's a lot of sort of analytical value add that they can bring. The whole process of dealing with handling parent data in particular is sort of much more protected. There's a lot more integrity to it than potentially having us just sort of email things out ourselves and collect everything ourselves. And hopefully, longer term, this is also may set a good precedent for, if it works well, for building better communication with parents and specifically with the CEC, in addition to the DOE. So those are just some of the reasons that we'd like to explore this. And we're going to, at our committee meeting on Monday, make a decision on whether to, start discussing whether we're going to actually hire someone. We've spoken to a couple of vendors over the past weeks on this. And so really this meeting today, this is just because of the DOE budget deadlines. We have until March 25th to make any budget transfers, although we have until May 3rd to actually spend any money. So just because we're transferring it today doesn't mean it gets automatically spent by the 25th. And in fact, the category that we transfer the money into is called, within the purchasing system, it's called parent involvement - other activities. So that's, as it's been communicated to me, and I don't want to speak for our grants officers, but that's a pretty open category, which in theory we could probably find other ways to spend if we decide not to go ahead with the survey. But the intent is to, first and foremost, if we decide to use a survey firm, use this money for that. So the available amount is $3,370. And so I guess without further ado, I don't know, does anyone have any questions, concerns on that?
I do.
Yeah,
I have a number of questions.
Sure, go for it.
We get I'm just confused at how that all breaks down, because I'm thinking about, okay, so I guess my numbers maybe don't jibe or something, because didn't we already transfer an additional $1987 from that $10,000 line to cover the additional cost of the devices?
Yep, I accounted for that in my number. Without that, it would have been $5,300.
Okay, so I guess, I don't know. I'm just also thinking of Steve saying that the money needs to be available for us to be reimbursed. And did everyone get back to you? Because actually the money isn't just about the reimbursements, technically the whole 50. And I'm not saying one thing or the other. I just don't want to reach a point in June where we can't pay our members reimbursements that they've submitted because no matter what, they're entitled to it. So in addition to the 900, let's say everyone, waived their $900 for the internet reimbursement, or everyone got back to you about that specific thing. It's $75 times 12 months. There's still $600 that you're entitled to as a member. And I know some of that money isn't there matter because, I missed a few meetings. I don't get to take that money. And I don't know, we didn't have a member for 6 months, so that money is available, but it still needs, I don't know. So in addition to the internet question, I worry that we haven't dotted our I's and we spend the money and then we owe it in June to members, and I don't know how to reconcile those two things.
I do need money.
And
For,
if everyone chimed in too, and I don't want to expose anyone either. So it's just such a sensitive thing. And I don't feel like it even should be an exposure because there's no shame in wanting to.
I'm not saying I'm poor. I just say based on what I'm doing with the arts festival, right? I do intend to do the internet.
Right. And I want to take the shame out. I know that it feels that way sometimes, but
I don't feel shamed at all. I think I'm entitled.
We all volunteer. We are entitled to be reimbursed.
Plus, we don't get paid.
Exactly.
I give my blood, but as far as the internet, I really do intend to.
Right. So that's like $1,100, right?
Yeah, I haven't figured out what I'm gonna, because I have to balance it with work. But it's I do intend to that. But more importantly, the arts festival over the next. I can't really anticipate.
$200, right?
Yeah, just for that. But what if I find something else that potentially
the money needs to be available for you? Yeah. Technically, you are entitled to get reimbursed for $1,500 within the term, and we are. I think, Natalia, you can correct me if I'm wrong. We can put in a receipt up to like June something, right? To be reimbursed.
I have to spend.
Yeah, I would say June 1st at the latest, because it's also going to take time for them to write out the checks and everything.
Of course.
Yeah, and I have to.
I'm really not trying to pop your bubble, Steve. I just, in the end, if Adele is entitled to money or I'm entitled to money, and something comes up, we are, because this is all coming from our reimbursement line at this point, we just need to be careful about the actual number. So I think Steve was trying to get everyone to do their own math, and I don't know if everyone got back to Steve. I know I did. I'll say it out loud. I mean, I'm
Sorry,
not.
Steve. I'm still working on that. I can get it done this weekend, but I don't mind if I had anything left over. But again, with the arts thing, I have no idea. I have no idea that what might come up on that, and that's 120. How much will we get? 125 times
12 months. It's $1,500 per.
Well, I mean, for the arts festival, like anything that I see, like for the next 4 months, like something that might.
Okay, but
right.
It's per month. So if you're also going to put in for your internet and it's $50 for the Wix,
right?
You really only have $25. Oh, you have nothing to play with.
Right. Exactly.
Sorry.
Thank you.
You can't spend money.
So
I could buy something and get reimbursed. I don't care. I'll do that. If you want to buy it for $50 worth of flowers, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
If the money's there, somebody has money left in the line. I just worry about giving it away.
There's still the issue of how we ate AP Lombardo's entire
hero.
I'm ready to spend $100 on him myself.
I'm sure they're going to be talking about that for years. Yeah,
we'll have guilt for that.
I
digress.
Steve doesn't know that one.
No,
you don't know. We went into Diker and ate the principal's hero. We thought they laid it out for us, but apparently they were celebrating some appointment and they put it in our room.
In our defense, we did ask if that was for us, and we were told yes.
Right. Yeah, it was a little embarrassing, and they came in like we were vultures, and they were very upset with us.
It looked weird. He took it all in stride. I think the PTA is the one.
I don't have a lot more time, so can we?
Yeah, let me get.
Okay.
Okay, where do we stand?
So I am going to propose a motion, as I said at the beginning. This is only to transfer money from those members who have agreed to waive it. And so I'm just going to propose a motion that we transfer $3,370 to a budget line item, which will be called parent involvement - other activities. And that money will be, and in parentheses, well, let's just keep it at that, because that's exactly what the the SGOs like to see. So,
Is that a
That's
new
the-
line? That's a
It-
new line?
no, they told me exactly what to say. It's
Okay,
in the
sounds good.
system.
Okay.
Yep. So let's
Yes.
just, Dina, go ahead. You have your hand
No,
up.
I just wanted to ask, sorry, I know you made the motion, but what is the balance then if that money is moved over? It's just can't see, be
For
helpful to just see
The balance is 4,364.
in that same reimbursement line item.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, is
Left
there, I
After
guess,
you transfer then, is that right?
exactly, Alice. Yep.
I'm sorry, say it again, 4,000?
4,000, yeah, I can do 4,364. I can, yeah, I mean, I have everything on a spreadsheet.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to. I mean, Inga's not here, so I just, is usually the one who would be,
Yeah, that includes the money already claimed and the money spent on the laptops. So if you add that all up, that's like 2,300 bucks
I
for
don't know.
the already claimed, 2,000 for the laptops.
Right,
Yeah.
I have 1186 already claimed.
Yeah, it's all, everything's good. The numbers are good.
1987 for the laptops. I have 630 for myself,
Yep,
and then. I mean,
all the
I
other
have-
members that
I
we don't have to
can't
get
see
into
the other members,
who did
exactly.
what or who wants to do what. So motion on the floor to make that transfer and create that line item. Actually, are they two separate things? I forget what can we just do one? We can just do one, right? All
I
right,
mean,
second.
honestly, Steve, without the numbers, I'm gonna vote no. We don't know what's,
Okay.
I'm not comfortable transferring without knowing what we're talking about.
What do you need to know,
I think
Alice?
if if Steve has in writing what people have agreed, I'm assuming Steve is only transferring what people have agreed to transfer.
Right,
And
Right,
based upon the
no, I
word of
just-
those individuals.
We
He's
don't
not
even know
taking
what
mine.
you're going to submit yet, though, Adele.
No, mine won't be touched. But others are comfortable enough to say, they've already waived it themselves verbally to Steve or in writing to Steve saying they don't need it, which logically, if I didn't know these two issues outstanding on my end, I would probably say, the same thing, but
Well,
I
what I'm-
can't guess.
I mean,
So-
It really is the honor system. I mean, because I could change my mind, right? But I'm not. But it's the honor system, and if Steve has a list of whoever did it, I mean, I trust that.
there's still no, I mean, honor system, if some life event happens and you need the money, you need the money. I mean,
Okay, so what would happen then if
I
I
don't need to vote
decide?
for it for
All
it to
right,
pass, though. I'm just giving my opinion.
Oh, no,
Okay,
no,
all
I'm
right,
just
I think
saying
we
we
can
can-
vote. I
we
think
can
we
move-
can vote.
I have a
regardless.
question.
so, yeah, go ahead, Vito.
What
Yeah.
would happen if an individual said, I changed my mind, I need the money, and the money wasn't there?
They'd need to be paid. I don't
From
know
who?
what would happen. I don't know, but they need to be paid. That's
When's the
first
last
priority.
transfer
Steve Weezer
line?
made that very clear.
When's the last date for transferring money out of budget? You said in March,
25th,
the 25th of March. Do we have money anywhere else that's available?
supplies, $1,000.
Supplies. I think I feel comfortable if we wanted to move, if we're worried about this, that we take money out of supplies.
I
And
told
then people can
Already.
pay for supplies from their,
Pocket
their
and
stipends.
reimbursed.
I think we
and-
moved supplies. I think.
what?
Didn't we move supplies last time for the
Part
development?
of-
No, Natalia's worried about losing
And we
supplies.
Part of-
only had oh, right, because we still had, we had a balance on the. people.
Yeah, and at this point, it doesn't look like I'll be going back before June. I said take it.
Okay. And then if Natalia runs out of money, then somebody who has money, then we could leave a little bit of money for everybody. I don't know. Trust me, I'm an English teacher. I don't do math. So you guys can figure out what that means. Yeah, I mean, just straw poll, I would vote for it to be moved if you all felt comfortable with that, if that was the majority view.
I'm
And people who
comfortable moving it. I want to see the survey happen. I think we've got the money there. We volunteered to do it. I think we should do it.
Great.
So,
But the thing will pass without me.
yeah, that's what I'm
No,
saying. If it's
one
gonna pass,
Do we know if one motion or two on this? We need to move
I
the
don't
money
know.
and then create a new line. item?
we need to do both. We need to do
Two
both.
separates, right? Yep.
Yeah, let's be safe.
So first motion is to transfer the money to a new line item, parent involvement, other activities.
I second we move to a vote.
Yep.
Hand
And
raise,
are we doing,
Got to be
All in
roll
favor?
call.
it's gotta be roll call.
all right.
Okay, I'll go through who's here. Steve Stowe,
In favor, yes.
Adele Doyle,
Yes.
Dina Gergis,
Yes.
Simeon Stoltzberg,
Yes.
Vito Labella,
Yes.
Yifeng Chen,
Yes.
and Alice Licato, no. That's 6.
6 yeses.
Carries.
And
7.
then propose
Yeah.
second motion to designate the funding for parent survey.
Seconded to go to a
Wait,
vote.
not for parent, I thought parent involvement. /
Yeah, that's right. What is this?
Say it exactly, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. So we've transferred it out. So the first motion was to transfer the money, basically unencumber it from reimbursement. And then, so the second motion is to actually designate the parent involvement, and that's it.
I believe so.
That sounds right, right? Yeah, because we're
Yeah.
not actually voting on it. Yep. So propose a motion to designate this money for parent involvement,
Second,
other activities.
Becca Simeon seconded
Roll
and
call
roll call.
Okay, Steve Stowe,
Yes, in favor.
Adele Doyle,
Yes.
Dina Gergis,
Yes.
Simeon Stoltzberg,
yes.
Vito Labella,
Yes.
Yifeng Chen,
Yes.
and Alice Licato, no.
So
Motion
Steve,
passes.
Motion passed.
Yeah.
Steve, just to be clear, did we vote already on the survey, spending the money on the survey? Or in which case, if we didn't, don't we need to vote on that to spend it on the survey?
Well, this category does it. I mean, if it's here as a line item in our budget on parent involvement, I mean, at some point we'll have to vote on a contract, but we can vote to move the money. This is sort of the official, this is like the equivalent of saying equipment in the
Yeah, we
budget.
don't vote every week, every month on the food being purchased for
No,
that.
that's, yeah,
Yeah,
valid.
I think we're good on that. I think the next vote will be if on a vendor contract, if there is one, So,
All right, good. You done?
motion to adjourn the meeting.
Yeah, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
All right, guys. Thank you very much, everyone,
Bye,
for
everyone.
showing
Have a
up.
great
Good
weekend.
weekend.
Appreciate it. Yep, bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.